Hello, hello. Okay. I'm going to tell y'all about this herb as best I can. Hey, I just shut that door so it wouldn't wake you up. Anyway, um, this herb is kind of, you know, full of controversy, I guess you could say. Hi, Lady Bonwell. Um, you can do your own research on this. I encourage you to do your own research on every herb that you use. You may find something useful that I don't use because I'll pretty much pick what I would use it for most, or oh, that's fine, hon. That's fine. I understand. Now, okay, it depends on where you look this herb up or who you talk to, because some people will tell you that Queen of the Meadow and Meadow Sweet are the same herb. Okay, I disagree on that. Um, First of all, and mainly because if you look up the Latin genus of them, um, they are not the same. So therefore, they are not the same plant. But I'm not going to sit around and argue with people. So I'm going to give a little bit of both versions, and then you can do your own research. And I usually do 3 herbs at a time. In fact, I had quit doing them, but here and there, I guess I will, do some of them. But on this one, it was really hard for me to figure out what to say. So I'm just going to give you a real quick rundown on both of them, both of the versions. Okay. Okay. Now, it's used whether you want to call it Meadow Sweet or Queen of the Meadow. It's used in things that pertain that you would need luck, like going for a job interview, gambling. Most people used it, took a bath in it before they went to a job interview. The Latin name, I always have to put the Latin names down. Eupatorium purpureum. I know that probably doesn't even matter to you, but other names that it has been called is Joe Pieweed. That's Pye. Gravel root, trumpet weed, purple boneset, and then the controversial names mainly that you will hear would be meadow sweet, and every once in a while you may hear it called broadwort. And I think it was named broadwort because if you look at the plant, you know what the baby's breath looks like, the little flowers that you might make a little headpiece for a child for a wedding, or any kind of ceremonial thing to put in someone's hair. They look like bigger versions of those on some of the stalks of the plants, and they get really tall. They get like 7 to 8 feet tall. The Queen of the Meadow plant does, when meadow sweet will only get 4, maybe anywhere from 4 to 6 feet tall. You'll have to do your own research between the two. You'll see the difference. Number one, the genus name is completely different. It's also called trumpet weed. And if I didn't say gravel root, I meant to say it. But then when you look up the Meadow suite, you may find some of those same names involved with it. It gets even more complex and confusing because the genders that you will see, some will tell you that it's female, which most of us would think that it's female because it says Queen of the Meadow. And then some people tell you it's male because it's ruled by Jupiter. Very confusing. And that depends on, even the ruling planets depends on which way you go with it. It's either Venus. I have to wait a sec. It says my connection's not very strong. I swear this internet's crap. Okay, in case you didn't hear that, because I got a notification. Depending on which one you want to consider it, male or female, or however, if you consider it female, then the ruling planet would be Venus. On the other hand, it's Jupiter, or some even consider Saturn. Okay. There's only two non-conflicting things that I found on it. One is that the ruling element is air, okay, and the ruling deity would be Persephone. And it kind of makes me wonder because, okay, you think back on the story of Persephone, okay? The first time that she met Hades, when he abducted her, she was out in a meadow picking flowers, whatever she was doing out there when she got abducted. Maybe that could be why it's considered basically her plant. I don't know. Maybe that's what she was picking. It's kind of fun to think about things like that. But those are the only two that I have not found. Now, there's boneset and then there's purple boneset too. The other name for this would be purple boneset. I'll tell you, it was a mess trying to put this together for y'all because I want to give the correct information. This is one that you're going to definitely have to do your own research along with what I've done and come up with your own little magical sheet on it because it just confused the hell plumb out of me. Okay, now we're going to go on to the magical properties. The root is carried in someone's pocket or a mojo bag to help get a job or a raise at their job. You can boil it, put it in your bath water to cleanse yourself and bring good luck before the interview and or doing anything that pertains to luck, like gambling, something like that. So what conclusion can you come to with that? It's basically used for anything pertaining to luck. Okay. Now, the medicinal properties, I'm sure there's more, but this is what I gathered up. The root mainly is used for a tonic for renal or urinary calculi, which means any condition pertaining to the renal system, which your bladder, is part of that system. It's been used as a stimulant, an antilytic, I'm not going to tell you what that means. That's something I want you to look up just for fun. It's spelled Antilitic, analytic, and it was used for gout and rheumatism. Okay, remember I said it was called bone set, pertaining to it would help any condition pertaining to bones. Okay, um, so there's your rheumatism. The leaves um, can and were used for insect repellents. You can, if you don't have a citronella candle, you can just, you know, light you a regular candle and put some of the leaves in it outside, and it'll act like a citronella candle. It'll repel the flying insects, your mosquitoes, your flies, and what have you. Um, okay, I've already discussed that it's often called meadowsweet, which I disagree with. Um, this is not a toxic herb, but as I always say, anything can be toxic when it's overly used. Your body can always build up a toxicity to anything, even aspirin. So you can make it into a tea and drink it. Um, it's very strong. So this is not something that is recommended that you drink every day. One time a day every 3 days will suffice. You don't want your body building up a toxicity to it, and then all of a sudden, you drink a cup of it one day, and it makes you extremely ill. Um, the flowers are used as a diuretic in a tonic. You know what a diuretic is. It makes you pee. Um, so whenever you hear it called bone set, now I do kind of agree with that because it does have a lot of properties in it that help with the ortho part of your body. So that's all I'm going to say about that because it just really confused me. But you know how we are as witches. I mean, I try to go by the herbal properties, what it was put here for and meant for, but an herb like that, it seems to be that it could go either direction. You can use it for whatever, male or female work, or male or female deities. This would have been, to me, since it's considered, Persephone's herb, it would have been a really good herb for me to have had during Halloween and send an offering to Persephone of that. Now, I have meadowsweet in there. They don't even look to me like the same herb. Let me go get it. I'll go get them. It might take me a second, so be right back. Okay, lady? Heard the same with graveyard dirt. What do you mean you heard the same with graveyard dirt? Well, you can tell me when I get back. I'm going to run and get these right quick. Okay, so then again, as according to your practice. Oh, that graveyard dirt brings luck. Huh. Yeah, I think I've heard that. I can't see that. I mean, it just don't make any sense to me, but then that it don't have to. Um, I usually use it to contain. It doesn't. A lot of times it's used in hexes, but you can also use it to just contain something like a body's contained in the coffin, in the graveyard, in the ground. You can contain anger. You can contain somebody. Kind of like putting them in jail. I mean, there's ways you can go that route too. But I have graveyard dirt in there, and I'm telling you, I opened it up the other night, and it stunk. I mean, it just smelled like death. But anyway, okay, let me tell you why I don't think that Queen of the Meadow and Meadow Sweet are the same, okay? I want you to look at this. Now, I'm not saying that some of these herbal companies that you order this stuff from, it makes you wonder if it's really the plant that you ordered. You see what I'm saying? Or if they just throw crap in there and make it look different. Because honestly, this kind of looks like there's two different herbs in here. If you look just that way, it looks like bud, don't it? Like a marijuana bud. But when you take it out, it's like definitely not buddy. It is it's almost like it's mushed together with cobwebs. Get it up here where you can see them. I don't want to get it all over my computer. But see, you can just, it's real, um, uh, like a cobweb. The consistency of a cobweb. Okay. But then you get, when I go further down into my jar, now, and this could be, that it's because it's the whole plant. It's the stem, the flower. It looks like sticks. That's in there with that. Now, this is the Meadow Sweet I got. And I usually get all my herbs from the same company, and I have for a long time. So I don't think that they, would screw me around, but you never know. Now, that was Meadow Sweet. Okay. This is the Queen of the Meadow. Which, if it looks like anything to me, it resembles anything. Of course, a lot of these plants look the same when they're dry and chopped like this. So this looks more like, well, you can just tell the difference. See, it's brown and white. And it's really hard. There is none of that fuzzy stuff in there. It almost looks like gravel. So, and that is the Queen of the Meadow. Now, you know what I just noticed? Well, I can't pour all this out in my hand, but at the bottom, I can't tell if that's starting to do that. Do you see the bottom of it? Do you see in between well, get it over here. I don't know where to put it that it ain't gonna, Wish I could just pour it out and show you. I'm going to have this crap everywhere. Whenever I look down in here at the bottom, like where the shake is, it kind of looks like what's on the top of here. Cloves. I was thinking more like a gray ginger root. Now there are a few similarities, especially if I could get down to the bottom there. Now you watch, I'm gonna end up pouring all this out and looking at that. I think it's just a shake. It's not as poor or cobwebby as that. You see what I'm saying? That honestly, to me, see how that looks? It looks like two separate herbs in there. I don't know. This is why, and it's hard. I mean, it'd be different if you got the plants whole mailed to you, which is not feasible, I'm sure. When you see the actual plant. And so I did that. I looked up the actual plants, and they do not look the same. Not exactly alike. One's smaller, one the purple bone set, or the Queen of the Meadow is taller. It has larger flowers. It's got a pink or purplish coloring around where the buds on the flowers are. I don't know. So that's going to be something that you just have to research for yourself and come to that conclusion. I mean, they have a lot of the same properties, but what's so weird is it's really one person will tell you that it's male, one will say female. One will say the ruling planet is Venus, the other will say it's Jupiter. Which everybody knows how Jupiter is. He's pretty swift and stern in his actions, and I don't know. So you just have to do your own research on that one. And you may run in, I have run into a lot of this on these certain herbs where you can't get these herbalists to agree on, certain plants. Like I said, the only thing I didn't find conflicting about it was one that it was air, of the air element, and one that it was Persephone's. In fact, that's the only deity that I found was Persephone. But then too, whenever you've always got to consider that when you would think that when the ruling planet, say, is Venus, you would think that Venus would be one of the deities, the ruling deities, but it's not always that way. Jupiter, our planets are deities. So when a plant is ruled by one of them, it doesn't necessarily mean that it is their plant, that it, I don't know how to put that. It doesn't mean that it would be considered its ruling deity. It's just of the same element. Mix that with rice and mint and cinnamon and catnip and make it good, very bad. What is that for? See, I'm learning a lot of stuff from you, Lady Blind Wolf. I've never heard of a gree bag. You mean a good luck bag? Is that Is that hoodoo or voodoo? It's fine if it is. I'm just, maybe that's how come I don't call it that, or I just don't call it that. I would probably call it something else. Oh, just another name for Mojo bag. Okay. That's kind of what I thought. See, that's neat how different witches call different things. Acorns are good for protection, like also. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, I'm not around, any oak trees most of the time where I can grab any. Not even on my walks. I can't really find them. Either that or I'm out there the wrong time of year. And you know what? I've had some idiot coming on here, by the way, that, and I don't see him when I'm on here, but I don't know. In fact, there's two different ones, or it may be the same one under two different names, but like in my comment section, they'll put girls for hire. That ticks me off. Yeah. So just in case any of you weirdos, be warned, this is a witch channel. I am a witch. Be careful what you do, and please don't piss me off. This is none of your business. Butt out. I don't need your negativity nor your stupidity. So quit writing that crap in my comments. So like I said, are also used for that. It's more Irish magic or Celtic. Yeah, that's probably how I know it, because I am Irish. Although, as I've said, I've never followed the Irish pantheon, because I wasn't ever taught that way. I learned myself, and for some reason, Greek always resonated with me. I'll go out and grab some for you. Awesome. Yeah, because I can't find any. I mean, usually the oak trees that I find are growing on people's property, and they probably don't want you, walking all over the place getting stuff. So you get those too? What a bunch of jerks. Those are some bored ass people. They better leave me alone. I mean, I had two different ones on just one of the most recent ones I did in the last couple of days. I did block them, but it doesn't mean they're not going to use another name and come back, Like I said, some people have nothing better to do with their lives than create havoc in others, and what a miserable life that must be. So you have them growing around there pretty well, huh? Or falling off the trees. Yeah, that'd be nice to have some of them. Sure would. If you will email me your well, how am I going to do this? Just email me at the Crone, THECRONE 51 at gmail.com, and just say something like, hey, it's, Lady Blind Wolf. And I will respond and send you my address before it snows. Yeah. A crap load of witches birds. Okay, what's witch's birds? And send this link to Aiden. Aiden, I keep forgetting. Oh, Aiden. Okay. Yeah, but that would be nice to get some of them. I love getting stuff from other witches. I had one that sent me a really nice blanket, and so I mean, not that everybody has to send me anything. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's really neat to see other witches' works, you know. Um, but yeah, that's a little controversial, but you know, I guess we're witches, we can do whatever we want, right? Most and generally we do. So I don't know. But anyway, I will come back on here at some point and do one on pennyroyal and calendula. I usually do 3 at a time, but since I'm slowing down on doing them, then I'll just save that for another video. But anyway, all right. Y'all do your own research on that and see what you come up with. If you find anything different or interesting about them between them, let me know. Bye-bye.